we have more than enough. To occupy ourselves here. Those people are the last remnants of... Yes.
Negative sensor read. Weapons cold.
Got it. That's it.
Dr. Holdren's Synth Gorilla project is showing promising results.
no visible reaction to the K-14 combo. We'll start with this drug. The dosage will be small, and the side effects are
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. I suppose it's your job to find out. Now hold still.
All systems nominal.
Seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
Report anything suspicious to the
Dragging their
SRB.
feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. Send a message.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
There's enough friction as it is between us
Doctor,
and pretty much all the
so-
other departments.
Here you are. Justin Ao, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
No problems here.
Good to hear. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths.
Why would synths want to...
Synths do not want. They might look like... As to why they're escaped, our main instrument is
Whatever.
coursers hunt down and They are highly self. But I gather you know. In fact...
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a courser should be more... I suppose I'll have to ask... Now, unless you need...
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Very well.
The Directorate should take the synth escapes more seriously.
Greetings, sir.
It must make you proud to see all the fun. All the
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Doctor.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
Well, that was productive.
Actually, I was looking for you.
Me? Why?
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
I'm only here with good intentions.
You're giving me your word, even though we just met? Fine. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
The Brotherhood is having problems, and we need your help.
I don't see how that's my problem. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brotherhood? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Father trusts me, and so should you.
You're wasting your breath. I'm a scientist, not a soldier. The Brotherhood desired my creations in order to destroy, to take control. I'm not interested in returning to that way of life.
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was contaminated. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my questions. If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood and consider your offer. Do we have a deal?
I know this may come as a shock, but Dr. Virgil is still alive. I met him myself.
Oh, please. Do you really think a cheap tactic like that is going to work on someone like me? Stop trying to avoid the legwork by lying. Either you get me the evidence, or we have nothing else to talk about. Deal?
Deal.
All right. Dr. Virgil's lab was in the Biosciences Division. I can give you a code that will get you into the section, but the lab itself has been sealed, so you'll have to breach it on your own. I'd tell you to be quiet about it, but your Brotherhood and discretion isn't exactly your strong suit. And finally, if you get caught, we never had this conversation. Now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of... of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Speaking of, I trust our discussion will remain between the two of us. Now, I need to get back to work, and I'm sure you have other things to do.
You're here. Glad you made it.
Most men lack the patience to observe and document.
Dr. Orman's lecture on cold fusion was nothing short of revelation.
Scanning unknown identity.
Carry on, sir.
Nothing to report, sir.
It must make you proud to see what your father has done. All that he has.
Dr. Lee.
Took you long enough to find that evidence. Let me see what you've got.
Here you go.
A holotape. This better not be a waste of my time.
I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the Corsairs can find me.
They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing.
Is this enough to convince you?
More than enough. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. From the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way they still do. But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all pointless. If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are for my... I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
Your presence here is a great gift, not just to Father, but to
Father is more than just our leader.
Is it true Food Supplement 77?
So much research. So
That was my favorite one.
Reporting status.
Always be vigilant. We have many enemies.
Child synth. It's just remarkable.
Scanning. Subject identified.
just as you gave life to Father, he gave life to many of us.
Humanity's future is taking root right here.
Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
Like what?
I was just about, as the name, our most, to that end, we've even started to explore the idea of, you probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential,
Seems like there's nothing you guys...
with hard work, and I'm sure I've taken up an...
I'm not sure. Right now, I'm just trying to keep an open...
It's a big decision, I know. In any case...
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Take care, then.
Everyone's excited about the new synth project.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Excuse me, Doctor.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie. When Father told us about you, I could if you don't mind my asking.
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick run. As you might guess, we keep the Institute, we maintain and upgrade. There's a lot of machinery behind the work we do might. So, now that...
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you up. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
I'm good for now, thanks.
Goodbye, then.
Well, I'm glad to see the relay didn't completely vaporize you.
The interceptor worked.
Amazing. And what about the serum? Did you find the serum?
Got it right here.
That's it. That's really it. All right. Let's see. Retrovirus has matured nicely. Density gradient is high. Recombinant counter-intron sequences look stable. Transcriptive exon strands have formed.
That's good.
It is. But there's only one way to know if it works.
How long will it take?
I don't know. Nothing like this has ever been tried before. I'm going to rest for a while. I'm back in a few days, maybe a week, and... well, I guess we'll see. In any event, you kept your end of our bargain. Thank you.
Protect and serve.
too many rats. We need to move out.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the interceptor would do to you.
You didn't expect me to survive the trip?
A device like the signal interceptor. I was hoping you'd make it, but I find it tough to have...
Whatever.
Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
What do you hope to find on there?
Whatever the Institute... Before we jump to conclusion, I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. In the meantime, your mission to recruit Dr. Lee still needs to be completed. I believe Elder Maxson gave you all of the details? Good luck, Knight. Heard you gave those beauties at Fort St...
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I think she's confused right now.
No matter. Given the proper motivation, I'm certain she can be persuaded to see things our way. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Prydwen. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, on to other matters. Thanks to the success of your reconnaissance efforts, it's time to advance our operations to the next phase. I want you to report to Proctor Ingram at the airport. She has a special project that requires your immediate attention. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismissed.
Attention! Ferrum Squad, report to debriefing. Ferrum Squad to the debriefing.
Proctor.
Never expected Dr. Lee would return to the Brotherhood. But other documents you wanted to turn in? Or were you here to...
I've got time to assist on a patrol.
Excellent. A scribe's work is never done. Meet the scribe on the ground. Your mission is to escort and protect a scribe while locating. Once found, the scribe will extract...
Excuse me, Proctor Quinlan.
I'm very interested in seeing what sort of data our scribes will discover on these patrols. The Commonwealth is a very different place from home.
Do you have any idea where I can find more of them?
Offices, laboratories. I'd try searching. Have you had any luck finding any yet?
Never mind. I gotta go.
You do have a patrol to finish, after all.
Joining our cause was the wisest decision of your life, brother. Trying to minimize reactor jitter. Adjusting compression rate.
System delta's at 100%.
Maxon got that scar on his face from going one-on-one with a Deathclaw.
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
Well, he seems to...
Important is an understatement. We're pouring every... Come on. It's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Prydwen might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
My help?
Why don't we leave the repairing to my scribes? You're going to be doing the legwork. Now, the good news is that we've got... The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some... The first problem is his CPU. It's...
Why is the power blowing out?
Liberty Prime has... A good deal of that system was damaged. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
Night.
Oh man, if I'm late.
Attention. Any personnel who have not completed their annual medical evaluation should report to Night Captain Cade immediately to schedule an examination. That is all.
Once we decrypt that intel you recovered from the Institute, we'll know a lot more about...
Dr. Lee.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
We had a deal.
I said I'd return to the Brotherhood of Steel, and I have. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
If not for the Brotherhood, do it for Dr. Virgil.
What they did to Dr. Virgil was cruel. It was wrong. How could I be so blind? You really know how to push my buttons, don't you? Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
curls like paper.
Would it be possible to speak?
Excuse me, Paladin Dance?
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
That depends. How are you feeling?
I'm locked and loaded and ready to take on the enemy. When you're ready to go, I'm right behind you.
Ready.
Roger that.
The Commonwealth's a dangerous place. Make sure you
Ingram?
cover up.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with worse. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
You're acting like I know what those are.
Oh, I know you haven't the faintest idea. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms. Prime's new limbs are weight. We're gonna have to rip those out. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the continent. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb. Good luck.
Stroke of genius to park the Fridwin above the airport. I can't think of a better location.
Hey.
What do you want?
Paladin.
There's still that off-the-record matter I'd like to discuss. Do you have time now?
Off the record? That's not like you, Dance.
Which is why this is going to be difficult to say. So I'd appreciate it if you bear with me. When you were first placed under my sponsorship, I had some... Despite all that, at this point, honestly, I don't feel like there's anything else I could teach you about being a Brotherhood soldier that you don't already know. It's apparent from your attitude and your actions that you intend to keep those ideals.
I know there's more you want to say. Go on.
Yes, I'm getting to that. I'm just not very... Let me start at the beginning. I grew up alone in the capital waste. When I was a bit older, while I was there, when the Brotherhood came...
Whatever. I have a hard time picturing you as anything but a soul.
Clearly, I was ignoring my... Anyway, it took some convincing. It took almost 3 weeks. Those wretched, the mutant bastards. He wasn't Cutler anymore.
Are you sure there wasn't anything you can do to change?
The FEV effect is irreversible.
Hey, You did what the Brotherhood taught.
Then you understand why it had to be done. Ever since Cutler died. But I'd never considered any of them. It's a good feeling, but it frightens me all the same. Having a bond. I don't want to go through that again.
It would never be that way with me.
From one soldier to another. I'm glad to see that our bond is as strong as ever. I just thought you deserved to know how I felt. If you feel that I've overstepped my bounds, I completely understand. Whatever the case may be.
Enough.